Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So this is week one, lesson two. Um, this video is follow along with the drinking gourd. There's going to be a song also posted in Google Classroom, as well as an exit ticket. So this first uh, part of the lesson goes with follow the drinking gourd. This is a book, and I know you can't really see other than just a little square in the corner of me. I'm going to show some of the pictures. I tried recording the video a first time of me reading the book, like in like classic little kid like reading style, but the recording, the sound quality was so off you couldn't hear anything. So this time I took the book, followed the drinking gourd, and I literally sat last night and typed the whole book onto a Google Doc. So you'll be able to read it as we go along. I'll be showing the little pictures in the corner of the screen where you see my face, but I wanted you to have at least the words because that's what's really important here. So this is the book Follow the Drinking Gourd by Jeanette Winter. I wish we were in class to go over the story together. It's one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite units, and I'm so sad we're missing it. Not in school right now. There's going to be a song that goes after this. This song is very corny. It's going to be stuck in your head all day, maybe all week. But one thing about this quarantine is you're lucky because if we were in class, I would play that annoying song probably 12 times. So consider yourself a little lucky you're not going to hear that corny song over and over and over. So this is Follow the Drinking Gourd by Jeanette Winter. Long ago, there was an old sailor named Pegleg Joe who did what he could to help free the slaves. Joe had a plan. He'd use a hammer and nail and saw and work for the master, the man who owned the slaves on the cotton plantation. Joe had a plan. At night, when the work was done, he'd teach the slaves a song that secretly told them the way to freedom. Just follow the drinking gourd, it said. When the song was learned and sung all day, Peg-Leg Joe would slip away to work for another master and teach the song again. Make this a little bigger for you. One day, a slave called Molly saw her man James sold to another master. James would be taken away, their family torn apart, just one more night together. A quail called in the trees that night. Molly and James remembered Joe's song. They sang it low. When the sun comes back and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd. For the old man is a-waitin' for to carry you to freedom, if you follow the drinking gourd. They looked in the sky and saw the stars. Taking their little son Isaiah, old Hattie, and their grandson George, Molly and James set out for freedom that very night, following the stars of the drinking gourd. They ran all night through the fields till they crossed the stream into the woods. When daylight came, they hid in the trees, watching, listening for the master's hounds set loose to find them. But the dogs lost the runaway scent at the stream, and Molly and James and Isaiah, old Hattie and young George were not found. They hid all day in the woods. At night, they walked again, singing Joe's song and looking for the signs that marked the trail. The riverbank makes a very good road. The dead trees will show you the way. Left foot, peg foot, traveling on, follow the drinking gourd. Walking by night, sleeping by day, For weeks they traveled on, sometimes berries to pick and corn to snatch, sometimes fish to catch, sometimes empty bellies to sleep on, sometimes no stars to guide the way. They never knew what laid ahead. There was danger from men who would send them back, and danger from hungry beasts, but sometimes a kind deed was done. One day they hid in a thicket. A boy from a farm found them. In a bag of feed for the hogs in the wood, he brought some bacon and cornbread to share. Also, I hope none of you are judging my nail polish right now. It is so chipped and so terrible looking. Don't look at it. Singing low, they traveled on. The river ends between two hills. Follow the drinking gourd. There's another river on the other side. Follow the drinking gourd. On and on they followed the trail to the river's end. From the top of the hill they saw the new path, another river beneath the stars to lead them to Freedom Land. The drinking gourd led them on. The song was almost done. When the great big river meets the little river, follow the drinking gourd. For the old man is a-waitin' for to carry you to freedom, if you follow the drinking gourd. They climbed the last hill. Down below was Peg-Leg Joe, waiting at the wide Ohio River to carry them across. Their spirits rose when they saw the old man. Molly and James and Isaiah, old Hattie and George ran to the shore. Under a starry sky, Joe rowed them across the wide Ohio River. He told them of hiding places where they would be safe. A path of houses stretched like a train on a secret track leading north to Canada. He called it the Underground Railroad. It carried riders to freedom. It is not a real railroad. Don't even think it. Are you thinking it? Don't. It's not a real railroad. Don't do it. The first safe house stood on the hill. The lamp was lit, which meant it was safe to come. Ragged and weary, they waited while Joe signaled low, with a hoot like an owl. Then the door opened wide to welcome the freedom travelers. They were rushed through the house to the barn, for the farmers knew there were slave catchers near. A trap door in the floor took them under the barn, to hide till it was safe to move on. Then Peg-Leg Joe went back to the river to meet others who followed the drinking gourd. In DC, which I wish we could have went to, there's a restaurant that has an actual hiding spot from the Underground Railroad and like keeping slaves safe. And last year, because I'm a history teacher and I'm super curious, I asked how to get there and like how to get in it. And they led me up this tiny little, they led me into this room that had a door. And behind the door was this tiny little staircase that you could walk up. And upstairs, there was one room that slaves had hidden because the stairway was behind a door. But you had to like walk up this teeny tiny little staircase and then go behind, and then there's another door. And up there was a room where they hid, and it was so cool to experience. I wish we could have went there this year for you all to experience it. But there's a lot of houses with hidden doors for when helping like the abolitionist movement. So I'm sure you'll see some in your lifetime. With danger still near, too close for ease, the farmer sent the 5 travelers on. He drew a map that showed the way north on the midnight road to the next safe house, just over 2 hills. This time, James called the signal, a hoot like an owl, that opened the door to a Quaker farm. The travelers were led to a secret room behind hidden shelves. They rested here for many days and healed their wounds. Soft beds, full meals, new clothes, hot baths washed away some fear and pain. Isaiah smiled. Isaiah smiled. I don't know what I just said. When they were strong, they traveled again from house to house on the underground trail, still following the drinking gourd north. Sometimes they traveled on foot, sometimes by cart. The wagon they rode near their journey's end carried fruit to market and the runaways to freedom. At last they came to the shores of Lake Erie. Molly and James and Isaiah, old Hattie and young George climbed aboard the steamship that would carry them across Canada to freedom. "5 more souls are safe," old Hattie cried. The sun shone bright when they stepped on land. They had followed the drinking gourd. And that's the end of Follow the Drinking Gourd. There's, like I said, the song I want you to go listen to. And then lastly, there is the exit tickets Google form I want you to fill out. And that's that for lesson 2. I'll see you in lesson 3. Bye.